You know, Uriel, I thought that the weirdest thing today was that I was meeting today with an archangel in the afterlife to do an interdimensional podcast. But now I find out that we are meeting at a Starbucks. Seriously, there's Starbucks in the afterlife.
Well, it's kind of like this, Zoe. For so many people, their morning cup of coffee on Earth was one of their favorite things. And for a lot of people, that cup of coffee was at Starbucks. Having a cup of coffee at Starbucks adds joy to the afterlife, so here it is. There's all sorts of things like that in the afterlife. Besides, it's also a good place for meetings like this.
I guess I can see that. Well, anyway, what's with the new voice and chill attitude? The few times I've seen you before, you were kind of a super intimidating archangel.
Yeah, I figured it would be better for everyone if I ran in cool podcast host emulation mode.
You can do that? Just switch personalities and voices.
Yes, in fact, I can code switch into billions of cultures, languages, dialects, and personas. It's just one of those things you pick up across a few billion years.
Well, I might as well drink the coffee. You know, all coffee in heaven is beyond imagination of anything I've ever had before, so I'm not sure the whole Starbucks adds anything, but I guess it's comfortable.
Go ahead, take a sip.
Oh, wow. Okay, hold on a second.
Pretty good, right?
I know, I literally just said this was going to be, comfortable, but my brain is vibrating right now. Like, what did you guys even do to these beans?
Just a slight upgrade for the new environment.
Because tasting this, it just makes me realize that my earthly taste buds were like practically numb. I mean, this flavor, it's an absolute ecstasy.
Well, what's really fascinating here is the sheer mechanics of our new reality. Think about your entire previous life on Earth. Biologically speaking, your senses were severely limited.
Right, yeah.
Your entire existence was essentially rendered in this incredibly low resolution.
Oh, I totally get that. Like looking at reality through a clunky old standard definition TV. We just didn't know any better because we had absolutely nothing to compare it to. We were just, walking around completely oblivious to the static.
Right. You thought the standard definition broadcast was the absolute peak of existence.
Yeah.
But now, you wake up in heaven and suddenly the hardware has been infinitely upgraded. Everything around you is rendered in 8K or honestly even more.
It really is a complete sensory overload, but like in the best way possible.
Definitely.
It's not just the taste of the dark roast or, the caramel notes. It's the incredibly rich smell, the perfect warmth radiating right into my hands, the acoustic depth of the cafe around us.
Total immersion.
Yeah. Everything you see, hear, touch, smell, taste, it's all running at the absolute highest resolution imaginable.
Because every single sense is no longer bottlenecked by those earthly limitations. You're experiencing the absolute best cup of coffee imaginable, rendered in perfect, uncompressed fidelity.
Uncompressed. Yes, that is the perfect word for it. It's pure, high-definition joy. I mean, experiencing this 8K reality makes the earthly version feel like just a faded photograph. And honestly, that sensory upgrade is exactly why the founder wants us to do this deep dive. We need to help you, the listener, understand the reality that's coming.
It's going to be an incredible journey for them.
Well, on that note, we better get started. So the founder has asked us to host an interdimensional podcast from Earth Prime to other Earths to tell our story of the cyberpunk gospel from Earth 789 as a parable to other Earths.
So what approach should we take? Should we approach it as storytellers or more like podcast hosts discussing a story?
I'm leaning towards podcast hosts discussing a story. While it may not be as captivating as if we did it like a narrated audiobook, I think it will be more down to earth.
Yeah, and there is a lot of technical language in the story that will need to be explained.
I guess we have to be honest and explain to them that we are broadcasting from Earth Prime, or as they know it, the new heaven and earth.
We should probably also explain to them that it's an interdimensional podcast.
They are going to think we are crazy.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't explain to them that we are actually operating outside of their time stream and universe. That might be a bit too much.
Well, I'm excited. This should be fun.
Me too. Well, here we go.
We are recording in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the serial podcast story called The Founder, a Cyberpunk Parable.